Howdy folks, it's been quite some time since I uploaded a video, but I thought that it was about time that I gave a little bit of an update on my car here. It's a 2015 Tesla Model S 70D, and it's got over 400,000 miles on it. It's been almost 2 years now that I've owned it, and I've been driving it almost daily, and I thought I'd give you guys an overview of what my cost to run has been like and how my ownership experience has been. So, like I said, this car has got over 400,000 miles on it. I actually made a little badge to go on the front here. Now, I purchased this car almost 2 years ago, right at the beginning of September. And, so at the time that I purchased it, it had 408,000 miles on it. The previous owner had used it for Uber full-time, and he owned the car for almost exactly 5 years, so that works out to about 82,000 miles a year on average. If we take a peek inside here, you may note that my screen here is a little bit melty, so we'll take a look at the main computer here. So I actually reset this Trip A shortly after I purchased the car, and you can see I've put about 27,000 miles on it in the time that I've had it, and our total now is up to 435,000. So in the time that I've had this car, I've had to do some repairs, of course, as to be expected with any car that's got the kind of mileage that this has. Probably the biggest thing that I had to do repair-wise was actually the rear driver's side window here. I had to replace the regulator on that, and I actually replaced it with a used regulator that gave me some issues. I kind of had to take that one apart along with the old one and sort of combine all the parts together to make a good working window regulator out of that. If I recall correctly, that cost me about $100. The other thing that I had to do was the SD card for the navigation went out, so I had to replace that as well. I think that was about $150 was the cost to replace that. I had to get the SD card with the correct info on it. And then the only other repair that I've done was the 12-volt battery as well. So that was, I think, about 135 or maybe 145, somewhere in that neighborhood from Tesla. So anyway, the total breakdown on the cost of all the repairs on the car in the 2 years I've had it comes out to somewhere around the $500 range. I've also put a set of tires on the car. You may have noticed that the car does have slipstream wheels on it. If you were to go back and see my past videos that I did with the car, it used to have just the base 10-spoke, I don't know what you call them, but they're a 10-spoke wheel. The base wheels for the car when it was new. But now it has slipstreams on it. I got those as a set of takeoffs from somebody else's Model S. They had about 80% tread, and I got all four for $400. So that was a really economical way to put almost new tires on the car, along with, in my opinion, nicer looking wheels for significantly less than the cost of a new set of tires. So that was kind of a win-win. Now, cosmetically, I've done a couple of things to the interior. I did replace the steering wheel here. The old one was pretty ratty. It looked like maybe it had been picked at a little bit, or maybe the leather was just wearing out. But I replaced this with a good used one out of a low mileage car that was wrecked. I don't know if I ever went over this in the past, but I also replaced the bottom cushion on the driver's seat, as the foam was pretty severely worn. The leather had actually held up okay. It was definitely kind of worn looking, but it didn't have any tears or anything in it. But mostly it was just the foam that was severely worn out, and the seat was very hard. That's pretty much it in terms of all the things that I've done to the car. My total cost of ownership, is pretty much just those couple of modifications right there. I think I got the bottom seat cushion for free, and the steering wheel I might have paid $100 for. So, combined with the maintenance and those little modifications and the wheels, my total cost of ownership for the car Has only been somewhere in the neighborhood of about $1,000 over the 2 years that I've had it. This car is grandfathered in, and it's got the free unlimited supercharging. And I also charge for free at work. I don't really have much of a way to charge at home. So yeah, it's been a fantastic car, and it hasn't let me down the entire time I've been driving it. Never had any sort of mechanical issues. Well, thanks guys for watching. This was kind of a short video, but I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on this car and let you guys know how it's been. It's been a fantastic car the whole time I've owned it. I'd say it's probably the best car I've ever owned, even despite having approaching 500,000 miles, well over 400,000 miles. It's been a great car and has never let me down so far. And if anything does go wrong in the future, luckily I can fix it, being that I work on these cars for a living. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video.